Hey there, and welcome. So, today we are going to tackle one of the biggest hurdles for pretty much any English learner. How do you get from just understanding the language to actually speaking it with confidence? It's a really common struggle, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down in a simple, step-by-step guide.
You know that feeling, right? You can read, you can write, you can follow a whole conversation perfectly in your head, but then when it's your turn to talk, you just freeze. It is so frustrating, but I need you to know that it is also completely normal.
If you're sitting there nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. This one thing is what holds so many people back. But the great news is, it's a barrier we can totally break down, and we're going to start right now.
Okay, so before we get into any techniques or tricks, we have to start with the real opponent here, fear. Yeah, the very first step on this journey has nothing to do with grammar or vocab. It is all about changing your mindset.
And this right here is the shift we need to make. We're moving away from that fear-based mindset and into a growth mindset. So, instead of being obsessed with perfection, we're going to focus on expression. Instead of waiting until you feel ready, which, let's be honest, might never happen, you start speaking now. And instead of being terrified of judgment, you start to see mistakes as a normal, necessary part of getting better.
Let this be your new mantra. Seriously. Language is a tool for connecting with people, not some test you have to ace. The moment you start focusing on just getting your ideas across, a lot of that pressure to be perfect just kind of melts away.
And think about this for a second. Native English speakers make mistakes all the time. They mess up their grammar, they mispronounce words, they stumble. The only difference, they don't let it stop them. They just keep the conversation going. And that is a habit you can absolutely build too.
All right, on to our second step. This is a really powerful technique to get rid of those long, awkward pauses. The big goal here is to stop translating everything in your head. That mental gymnastics of finding the word in your language first and then translating it, that's what slows you way down.
So, how do you actually break that habit? Well, you start small. You just narrate your own life as it's happening, almost like you're the main character in a movie. And the best part? You don't need a partner for this. You can do it anytime, anywhere.
And yeah, it really is this simple. As you go about your day, just describe what you're doing in English. Okay, I'm making coffee. Now I'm checking my phone. It might feel a little weird at first, but what you're really doing is rewiring your brain. You're making thinking in English a natural habit.
And that's the real magic. This little practice trains your brain to skip the translation step and form thoughts directly in English. Over time, it becomes automatic, and that's what makes your speech faster, smoother, and just way more natural.
Our third step is all about your ears. Because, to speak better, you have to listen better first. And I'm not just talking about understanding the words. I'm talking about absorbing the rhythm, the tone, the actual music of the language. And there's an amazing tool for this called the shadowing technique. Honestly, it's a total game changer. It's a really active way of listening where you basically become an echo. You listen to a native speaker and mimic them in real time.
And here's exactly how you do it. Find a short audio clip from a podcast, a movie, whatever you enjoy. Listen to just one sentence. Then pause it, and immediately you repeat that sentence out loud, trying to copy the speaker's exact pronunciation, their speed, their intonation. It's like a workout for your mouth and your ears.
So all these great techniques come together in our final, and maybe most important step, building a daily habit. You don't need to study for hours and hours. In fact, short, consistent practice is way more powerful than trying to cram everything in once a week. And listen, forget about memorizing those giant vocabulary lists. It's just not effective. Instead, focus on learning just 5 new words each day. But here's the key. Don't just learn them. Immediately use them in a sentence that's actually about your life.
And that's all it takes. 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes of dedicated speaking practice every single day. You will see a massive improvement in your fluency and your confidence in just a few weeks. It's all about making it a small, manageable part of your daily routine.
So here's a super simple plan you can literally start today. Learn your 5 words, put them in sentences, then pull out your phone and just record yourself speaking about anything for 2 minutes. And finally, and this is important, listen back to that recording.
Now, I know listening to your own voice can feel a little weird, but trust me, this part is so important. It helps you notice your own pacing, your tone, where you might be hesitating. It lets you become your own coach, so you can make little adjustments each day to sound clearer and more confident. Okay, let's bring it all together.
We've talked about the mindset, the mental training, the physical practice, and the daily habits. But remember, this whole thing isn't just a path to speaking English. It's a path to genuinely connecting with new people and new ideas.
So, here are the 4 core steps one more time. First, change your mindset. Ditch the fear of mistakes and embrace expression. Second, train your brain to think directly in English. Third, use shadowing to improve your sound and your rhythm. And fourth, build that small, consistent daily habit.
And look, if you only take one single thing away from this, please let it be this. The whole point of language is to share your thoughts, your stories, your personality with other people. It's about connection, never about perfection.
So let's put this into action right now. Don't wait for some perfect moment. What's one simple thing, even if it's just to yourself or your pet, that you are going to say in English today?